Settle in. Hello and welcome back to Dreamy Minds. You've reached the quiet part of the night when the world breathes slower and thoughts begin to loosen their hold. Take a deep breath in and let it drift softly out. Again, in and out. Let the muscles of your face soften. Let your shoulders fall. Let the rhythm of your breathing become the tide that carries you tonight. Now, imagine yourself standing on the edge of an ocean at dusk. The air smells faintly of salt and stone. The sea is calm, a vast sheet of silver light, and somewhere beneath it, something ancient is stirring. Tonight, we drift far below the waves to a place where islands are born and where the earth dreams itself awake. Beneath the surface of the Pacific Ocean, the crust of our planet moves slowly, not quickly enough to feel, but endlessly, like breath drawn through the lungs of stone. Down there, deep within the mantle, heat rises from a hidden plume, a column of molten rock that has been rising for tens of millions of years. This is the Hawaiian hotspot. It doesn't chase continents. The continents drift across it. Every century, the plume sends a pulse of molten rock through cracks in the ocean floor. Most never see daylight, but once in a while, the molten rock breaks through. Imagine it, black water trembling, a flicker of orange light beneath, then a burst of steam as magma meets seawater. The sea boils, hisses, and for a brief, violent moment, fire and water dance. When the smoke clears, a small island rises, just a circle of cooling basalt, bare and steaming, a newborn from the ocean's womb. Take a breath and picture the slow exhale of that heat, turning into clouds that rise above the sea. This is how new worlds begin. Each island in the Hawaiian archipelago is a page in Earth's long journal, each born above the same plume of fire, but drifting northwest as the Pacific plate slides on. Kauai, Oahu, Maui, Hawaii. Each one once sat directly above the heart of the planet, and each one drifted away, cooling, aging, eroding into calm. The further north you go, the older the islands become, weathered and softened by time. The younger islands still glow with life. Volcanoes like Kilauea and Mauna Loa breathe fire every few years, spilling molten rivers that creep toward the sea. To watch them is to see time move in slow motion but undeniable. Underneath the waves, older islands sleep, eroded and submerged, becoming seamounts. Eventually, they vanish beneath the water again, joining a chain of underwater mountains that stretches thousands of miles, a dotted line across the Pacific floor marking the path of the plate. As it drifted over the hotspot for 80 million years, each peak is a memory, each island a heartbeat. New land is sharp, it cuts like glass under the feet. Nothing grows there at first, only the hiss of steam and the crack of cooling rock. But wind arrives early, wind carries dust, birds arrive next, and with them, seeds. They rest in the cracks of lava, and slowly life begins to weave itself into stone. A single fern unfurls, roots find moisture in black rock, insects carve out tiny worlds, and one day, centuries later, a forest begins to hum. In Hawaii, this process still unfolds before our eyes. Every eruption restarts the cycle. Fire, silence, rain, growth. The same story plays out in Iceland, in the Galapagos, in the Aleutians, where the planet builds, breathes, and begins again. You can almost hear it if you listen beneath the waves, a deep, slow rumble, the planet's pulse beating far below. Now let your mind drift upward to where clouds gather above the newborn islands. Rain falls, soft, steady, endless. It cools the rock, carves tiny rivers, and feeds the first green shoots. Every drop carries the memory of the sea, evaporated, condensed, returned. The same water that cooled ancient lava still flows through the veins of forests today. Rain becomes rivers, rivers become valleys, valleys invite life, birds, insects, humans. Civilizations rise on land that was once only fire and ocean spray. When Polynesian navigators crossed the Pacific, guided only by the stars, they found these islands waiting, green and alive. The dream of the earth made real. They built homes, canoes, stories. They gave names to mountains and gods to fire. And in a way, they became part of the island story too. For an island is not just land. It's a conversation between water, wind, and life. It's a dream the earth keeps dreaming through us. Now, the scene fades into twilight. The volcano's glow softens. Waves lap quietly against black sand. The air smells faintly of rain. You are standing once more at the ocean's edge. The same sea that began our story. Somewhere beneath the waves, a new island is already forming. In darkness, in patience, in fire. Take a slow breath in and let it fall out. The earth continues its slow work, whether we are watching or not. Mountains rise, oceans shift, islands breathe. And tonight, as you drift into sleep, you join that rhythm, the long, patient heartbeat of a dreaming planet. You've been listening to Dreamy Minds, sleep stories from the world of science. Tonight's story, the islands that dreamed themselves awake. May your dreams be gentle and your mind as still as the sea after the storm of creation fades. Good night.